Nation, tonight we will be joined by one of our kababayans in the US right now. And he is a Filipino aspiring filmmaker, or should I say a director now, because he has made a film about Asian Americans facing racism in the US, especially in this time of pandemic. So, exclusive on Star FM, we have with us Mr. Chris Soriano, the director of Dynasty Boys. Hello, Sir Chris. This is DJ Gabby, and welcome to Star FM.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're so glad to have you on the show right now, Sir Chris. So first of all, how are you doing in the U.S. Right now, given there is a pandemic and we all know that the country or the U.S. faced a lot, especially with everything that's been going around in relation to the Black Lives Matter movement?
Yes, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just trying to fight for us Asian Americans, Filipino Americans, because, there's a lot of, racism going on, and we got to do our part to just stand up. And that's my goal here, to try to defend us in the way, hopefully, that even Manny Pacquiao does.
Yeah. Okay, so that's great to hear. And we are very excited to talk about this film. But before we talk about Dynasty Boys, can you tell us more about yourself? What's the story? Were you born in the U.S.? Did you migrate with your family? Tell us more about this.
Sure. Yes, my mother came from Pampanga and my dad is from Manila. And, they made me in San Diego, California. And, I had a pretty good childhood until, I got involved in a lot of fights. And, even at a young age, I saw a lot of gang violence go on. And, all these things, shaped me to see life in a different way. And, when I grew up older, I never thought I would see racism. But, ever since this coronavirus hit, if you're Filipino and you have, slanted eyes, they're going to think, you might have coronavirus now. And so, it's a different type of lifestyle today.
Okay, yeah, and I know it's really challenging right now, especially in the U.S. And with Asian Americans, Filipino Americans. So you made this film, Dynasty Boys. This is really interesting. You wrote and directed this film, which you also star in as the lead character, and it's about racism that Asian Americans are facing in the U.S. So what is the story behind this film? And as you mentioned a while ago, you have experienced these types of experiences. So can you tell us more about this and the story behind it?
Sure. I just wanted to create a story about these young Asian Americans and how they are living life and for the first time experience, these racial slurs, if you will. And in our trailer, we even, there's a bad word in there, but somebody calls him, you look like you're COVID. And, pretty much how do these kids react? And so I really wanted to make a film. And in Hollywood right now, I'm right down the street here in LA in Hollywood, that all the film productions are usually shut down. But I said, you know what, we need to tell our story. I need to find these actors that are willing to join me to say, you know what, any form of racism is not good.
Okay, this is such a great project. It brings awareness to a lot of people. So tell us about the people who helped you make this film, and who else stars in this movie. Are they also the people who had the same experience as you did?
Yes, even if they grew up experiencing it, I try to have a diverse cast, but our main, we're all independent actors, trying to get this unique movement film made. And even one of our co-stars was talking about how he was, even at the gas station pumping gas. And, even young people are saying, oh man, look, they're Asian. They might have coronavirus, And so these little instances like that could really impact and snowball into something bigger. And so, we even have someone in New York here, an old lady that was set on fire, an Asian lady. So, I hope this doesn't continue to get out of hand.
Yeah. So, this year has been really challenging. There's the pandemic, and then, as you mentioned, there's racial discrimination happening with that when you're an Asian, right? And there's the pandemic, and then the Black Lives Matter movement happened. So, can you describe to? It coincided with these things. It coincided. So, can you tell us? Can you describe to us currently what is happening in the U.S.?
Yes, currently there's the big Black Lives Matter movement, which is going on. And, you know, they've seen what some of the Asian people are going through, and they've kind of joined with us to say, you know what, any form of racism is bad, whether you're black, whether you're Asian, whether you're Mexican. You know, the goal here is to treat people fairly. And so I really commend some of my black friends that are going out there saying, you know, this should end any form of discrimination.
Okay. And it's interesting and it's inspiring because out of all the experiences that you have, not only during this year but also when you were younger, you made such a great project, this film, The Dynasty Boys. And can you give us an update? Are you like in post production, or when will we be seeing this? And I know you're crowdfunding as financial support to finish this film.
Yes, you know, everything you've seen in that film was all done for free from actors that really wanted, even me, I was in there editing the clip. You know, we have to have multiple hats, because I think when you really believe in something, you'll find a way when there is no way. You know, you'll make a path for yourself. And so we plan to finish this film by September, October of this year, and then get into post-production for another 2 to 3 months. So we're hoping to complete it before the end of the year and release it early next year, 2021.
Okay, we're gonna be looking forward to that, and I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to that because it's really very timely, and it's such a beautiful way to address these issues. Okay, so anyway, I would just like to know too, Sir Chris, this will be your first film, is that right?
Yes, this is my very first film, and you know, I jumped in just not knowing what would happen, and we've received so much support from people, Filipinos, all around the world. So it's been a real good blessing.
Okay, so it's your first film, and we're very happy for you. But was this always the dream of yours? Did you always have a love for filmmaking?
Ooh, I had a degree in communications, and my dream was to learn how to communicate and make a difference in the world. And I look at film as one of those lens, if you will, where you can share a story and it could make a big impact. And that's what I plan to do with this movie.
Okay, well, we are looking forward to that. We are very excited. So, your experience as an Asian, as a Filipino American in the US is really challenging, but it's something that people can actually relate to and get inspiration from. And with this film that you are doing, you are bringing awareness to people of what is really happening to our kababayans in America. So what is your message to all Filipino Americans, to all Asian Americans who are facing the same problem, the same treatment, and those who have experienced racism in whatever way they did?
My question, or my response to them is, if you've ever experienced any form of racism from anybody, just know that that's one person, and that person does not reflect a certain particular group. Always try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And if worse comes to worse, always, at least hopefully, you can pray for them.
Great message, Sir Chris. Okay, so anyway, would you like to invite our listeners, our viewers, and to all the Filipinos, maybe you would like to invite them to catch or to support this film that you are doing?
Yes, please. Thank you. Feel free to support us at dynastyboys.com. We're going to be releasing all sorts of updates there, and check us out. And please, enjoy the trailer.
Okay, I actually saw the trailer, sir, and it was really interesting. I mean, wow. And it's your first film. So,
Yes.
wow. I mean, that's a really great first film. Okay, so, well, with that, Sir Chris, thank you so much for sharing your story. You're an inspiration, and we believe that your film will resonate to a lot of people's lives. We wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see the film. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, Star Nation, that was Sir Chris Soriano, our kababayan, and the director of the upcoming film Dynasty Boys. Once again, my name is Star DJ Gabby, and this is Star FM Exclusive.